Hey guys, 732 Review Crew back. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Eddie.
And this is season 2, episode 7 of One Piece. We are a little bit delayed on this. Sorry about that. You know, the copyright stuff put me a little stop in my tracks for what's going on.
They were really on top of the copyright, and you really don't want to get strikes.
No, we got one. And other channels have too. So we're going to play a little safe. So, and that means is this episode, the full length is available for free in the comments. So go check that below and then come back to the video after for the discussion. And then that's how it's going to work for the next 2 episodes. Just, you know, full length will be free. And then this will be a discussion. So without further ado, last time, Nami, and Sanji and Luffy all saw Chopper for the first time.
They did.
And they're under the care of, Dr. Reen right now. And I'm rather excited to see, how all these characters fulfill themselves in the live action, especially because there's a certain backstory coming up that's really emotional. And we're going to find out. So thanks for joining us. We're starting this one in 3, 2, 1. Eddie just remembered that's part of the episodes.
Yeah.
And I think it's this episode.
Yeah, probably.
So now we're back for the discussion. We have the very emotional entire backstory of Chopper.
That was a long episode.
It felt long because it was very sad most of the episode.
Yeah.
So when it's sad, it drags it out. And I mean, Chopper's backstory is so sad.
It was a great episode, don't get me wrong, but I just want to hug Chopper, man.
I do. I mean, so I wasn't sure if I was 100%. I wasn't on board with the voice fully. In certain moments I was, but now I'm kind of getting more on board with the voice.
Because he's a toddler.
Yeah.
He's literally like a kid.
That's what makes me wonder, how old is he and how long has he been there? And I don't think I ever thought about it until the live action. What's the time gap between Chopper watching Hero Look blow up, basically, and the Straw Hats arriving? Because
I mean, it's definitely been a couple years.
I feel like it has to have been a couple years. But does that mean Dalton was in jail for a few years? Dalton was in jail until Blackbeard showed up, and then he broke out of jail after Blackbeard was Skates Dalton.
So.
Because they arrested him at the end, didn't they?
We didn't see him get caught.
Yeah, but I don't think he could have ran on his own island for all those years. I feel like
I think he could have.
I feel like he may have got arrested, and then Blackbeard showed up, and when all that stuff happened, he was broke out of jail. Because the civilians, the citizens let him out of jail. But I mean, ultimately, we have the backstory of Hero. So the actor for Hero Look is amazing.
He was great.
The
he was
emotional
really
acting.
fantastic.
He had one episode of screen time, and he had one of the best performances. Him and
monologue.
Crocus too. Is it? Crocus also had a great screen time. The old actors that come in and play these one-off characters are so good.
Yeah, and then in One Piece also the old guys that we meet are the coolest guys.
Oh yeah.
So
old women too.
They're doing them. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I meant. Anyone. The older generation, they do them really well in One Piece, where they're not just frail and useless. They're actually still terrifying. And
it's so
awesome.
great. I love that, and I love how they portray it too, because you have what would be a witch doctor, basically known to the people, which is Dr. Reen, and then we also have a quack doctor. And he's
a pirate against disease, which I like, because really being a pirate in One Piece is about freedom. Well, that's the theme.
His backstory, he was a thief, and he stole a bunch.
Back in the day.
And then he had a heart condition, so while stealing, he would use the money to try to see doctors and stuff, and it didn't work.
Cured by a miracle, yeah.
Miracle was seeing cherry blossom trees, which is what he's trying to get to bloom in a land of snow. It makes me wonder where...
That was not said.
What?
That wasn't said in the episode.
I mean, at this point, it's okay.
Okay.
The series has been out for almost a month at this point.
Fair
a
enough.
month.
Spoilers. So if it came out 17 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, you could tell there's cherry blossoms everywhere, and it's pretty much. So basically, he did say he saw cherry blossoms.
He did, and that is what cured him. It was a miracle cure. So then he dedicated his life. And that's when he became a doctor.
And speaking of miracle cures, they talk about very often. There's the all cure mushroom.
Which is a rumor for people to have hope in something.
Yeah. Well, it's the fountain of youth.
But Chopper's innocence, I mean, he was going to die anyway, but it...
Accelerated it.
Accelerated.
And Chopper, and instead of telling Chopper that he was wrong, he was I love Chopper, so I'm going to drink this, because he thinks he did so much. And he couldn't bear to tell Chopper that he did something bad or wrong, or was no use to doing what he did, because he risked his life, and he came back so injured. So he was I'm gonna... and it breaks my heart, because that's such a great person who, I mean, you're gonna die, so you don't want to shatter Chopper's dreams of becoming a doctor, so you drink it. But he doesn't know that Kurenai is waiting back and telling Chopper that the skull and crossbones means death. But it's good somebody told Chopper that skull and crossbones on medicine means death, and not hopes and dreams like pirates. There's two different meanings, and that was really important for Hiralik to discuss with Chopper, but he missed, which goes back to the wacky nature of One Piece sometimes.
Well, that's why, like, that's like parenthood. Sometimes there's some things you protect your child and shield them from when they're younger, and then there's some things that you have to be real with them, and he got, luckily, both of those dynamics, like a loving parent and also someone who told him how it was, what the reality looked like.
I like how Kurenai was like, I'm not going to take care of your pet. And she's like, I'm not going to fulfill you.
He was like, I love you and I'll die for you.
Yeah. And
I would too. I would too.
She was also like, I'm not going to fulfill your dream. And I never lie was like her 3 things she said that were like, I picked up on this episode was like, especially the I never lie thing. Cause like she does lie. She doesn't come off as somebody who cares. And she says she doesn't care about people, but she does care. And it's that underneath, cause you don't become a doctor in the world of One Piece the way she is, expecting to be rich. You do it because you like helping people, and along the way you may get jaded because of how long she's lived, but she still underneath all that wants to help the people, as we see in the show. Like when you watch the anime, the first time you meet her, she helps like a little girl, and she's like, she saves the little girl from dying, or like fixes her broken bone, and the dad is like in a restaurant, the dad's like, how can I pay you? And she's like, well, half your restaurant. And he's like, what? So she's not heartless, but she also is like how she is. She's cold, and it's because I feel like she may have gotten attached in the past or something, and you can't do that as a medicine. Like Hiralik was super attached to Chopper, and is the opposite of her and outwardly, and as a result dies because of the medicine a little bit sooner, or the medicine that the fruit. I'm sorry, fruit.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but it's so sad. I mean, his sacrifice was great in the live action. Watching him throw the grenade was great. And I think the only difference between this and the live anime is just he had like a dynamite vest on or something.
I don't remember.
But it was great.
Irrelevant, really. Same stuff.
No, it was relevant. I think it's just like the minor changes. There wasn't really too many big changes.
His speech and Dalton finally coming to follow like what he believed was a good moment. It was a good moment. It was the shining light of this episode.
Especially because Dalton was been watching Wapple be a piece of shit the whole time. To Vivi, to Chopper, technically, I guess.
To everyone, dude.
Because of like he was like hunt the monster, and then he was also like a piece of shit to Hiralik. He was like kill him, and then I mean I just can't imagine living in this world with the knockoff Jack Black ruling everything. Because he every time I look at him, he reminds me of Jack Black. Am I wrong?
I can't deny that I didn't have the thought.
He looks like knockoff Jack Black. Like they tried to get him for this role, and he was like no, and then they were like fuck, who do we get? Do we got any like lookalikes? And they grab this guy, and he's not doing a terrible job. Like he's doing a great job.
Being really dislikable,
which is
he's
good.
Doing his job.
And that's the problem is Jack Black would have made Wapple too likable. I think that would have been the case. But could you imagine if we watched this series and like Jack Black and Jamie Lee Curtis were on the same island together? Like, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Hirolik's actor was also like a bigger person in acting. We're just not very good with that stuff. But it's so cool.
It was a good episode.
It was so cool.
Like I said, most of my heart just was hurting most of the episode. So it's a bit rough. I knew this episode was gonna be rough on me because it's just he's adorable. He's innocent. Like you don't want to see all these terrible, like him laying down after he got shot, like crawling, like it breaks my heart.
That broke my heart when he was on the ground and he first sees him. I'm just like, oh. And then when he comes back I knew as soon as he knocked on the door with the mushroom what was gonna happen, my heart broke, because that's the Chopper scene that makes me the most sad. But I don't know how I was going to react to Chopper, racing. I was starting to get emotional when he was like racing to the castle and everything. It's also good.
Yeah. It was a good episode.
It was a really good episode. Oh God. I'm curious to see just like what they're going to do for the finale, because there's one episode left to wrap up this arc, and we know how it wraps up. But I mean, Nico, Miss All Sunday, her name, whatever, is on the island right now. And she's currently observing, I don't know if it's maybe Vivi's like a little bit paranoid, or is she actually there? But
we can wait and see.
I think what it's going to be is she brought Wapple back home, and that's why they didn't notice, and that's why they're talking about how they didn't see, because Wapple had a big pirate ship, remember? Mm-hmm. So they would have noticed that coming back. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Can't wait to see. So thank you for joining us. I'm Mikey.
I'm Eddie.
Check out Patreon. The full length is free. Go check it out. You don't have to pay. Go do it. If you didn't watch this and you're watching the discussion and you're confused, that's because...
Yeah, go do that.
Yeah, do that. Otherwise...
You probably should have said this in the beginning.
I did.
Oh, you did?
You were sitting here when I said it.
Like in the beginning of the discussion.
Oh, I said it at the end of the... Oh, you're right.
It will be right now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
watch it on Patreon. Come back from the discussion.
Yeah, if you're doing it backwards, if you watch the discussion before the reaction, shame on you, but also go enjoy it. Bye.